Well, hello, everybody. And here we are again as we're entering 2024. Jay and I together, we have brought four things that we think that you need to watch out for with housing, real estate, and mortgages in 2024. So to get started, Jay, how about you tell us about the first one?
Hey, Josh. Yeah. So I think one of the big things we're going to deal with in 2024 is this inventory crunch. I think there's a couple things that we've ran into that's going to cause it. We found in 2023, some builders started tapering off their starts, and they even slowed them down and maybe even paused them. And so that's going to really have a big effect on the inventory that buyers get to choose from. We have noticed in the last quarter of 23 and even entering 24 here, our buyers have so much less to choose from. And so with the lack of, resale homes coming on the market and then a lower new construction home, there's just way less to pick from for our buyers for sure.
And number two is we are expecting to see some lower interest rates. We know that the Bank of Canada raised rates a lot in the last 2 years to combat the inflation, and that's more or less taken care of now. And the speculation is not if, but when the Bank of Canada will be lowering rates. We've already seen rates lowering on the fixed rate side. We're expecting the Bank of Canada March, April, maybe May to start lowering their rates. And many economists are predicting that we're going to see 2% in interest rate drops between now and the end of the year. So that will be huge because anybody who's sitting on the sidelines as a result of higher interest rates is now going to be coming back to the market, which actually is going to put even further pressure on that low inventory number and upward pressure on those prices. So we're definitely going to see lower mortgage rates play a big role in 2024.
Tight rental market is certainly something that we've been talking about with some of our buyers. There's this double-edged sword that we've noticed where Alberta's had this concern. A whole bunch of houses came off long-term rental and they went into the short-term rental market like Airbnb, VRBO. And so that's been helpful for some of our buyers because they want a short-term sort of rental. But this long-term rental shortage is definitely having an impact. And so people are not able to rent and need to buy instead. And so I think what we're going to see again in 24 is like a shortage of affordable rentals. I think we're going to see the rental rate continue to rise. I've seen somewhere there's like a 12% raise in the overall rental market price. So I think 24 is going to tell us the exact same story. Like less to rent, going to be maybe a few more short-term rentals available, but they're going to be expensive. And so I think that's going to be a real thing to look out for in 2024.
And the last one is consumer confidence. As we've been coming out of this post-COVID mess, whatever we want to call it, we had hyper low interest rates to spur the economy. A lot of that was in housing in 2021 and 22. A lot of slowdown that was engineered by the Bank of Canada, but we are seeing very low unemployment numbers in Alberta and across the country. They're lower than they were in the years before COVID hit. And that's a positive thing. We're going to see some economic growth in Canada. And Jay, you've been telling me all about the new projects that are coming on in and around Edmonton that are bringing people. We're getting massive influx of people from other provinces into Alberta and Edmonton, which is, of course, pushing on house prices, pushing on that rental market, like you said. But it's also showing a confidence in Alberta. Jay, how about you tell us a bit about those projects?
Yeah, so I think the largest one that everybody's talking about here right now is like this $11.5 billion petrochemical facility that's being done in Fort Saskatchewan. There's some massive spinoff that's going to be created as a result. I think there's like close to 500 new jobs, when the project is finished that are going to be created. And so what we're really seeing is people are realizing like there's money pouring back into this province like it used to. There's a new even confidence from the business sector, and it's really helping the residents of Alberta have more confidence that we can continue to sort of go forward in the future, confidently knowing that we'll be able to create some things of value here. The side effect of that has really been we're seeing lots of new land developers started, new housing communities that are started just south of Fort Saskatchewan. We're seeing usual. Sherwood Park is always, really strong, and that's just south of Fort Sask. So between some of these communities around Edmonton, and then the spinoff is going to create a big demand in Edmonton as well. The north side of Edmonton is easy access to Fort Sask. That's just one of them. There's one out towards Spruce and Stony. There's a new ballpark going up in Spruce Grove. We've seen, I think it was a chocolate company has moved their office to Stony Plain. Genesee has got some expansion going on in their power plant as well. So there's lots and lots and lots of money pouring into Alberta. Lots of confidence. People have jobs, continue to work, and now they're ready to buy and settle into Alberta.
So there we've got 4 things to watch for in 2024 as you consider getting into or staying in the Edmonton real estate market and applying for and getting or refinancing your mortgage. Thanks for watching.